Frank Cardia's story in financial services began long before his first major deal. His professional journey started in 1996 when he became a registered representative, drawn to the fast-paced energy of the equities market. Like many who enter finance, he was initially focused on growth and momentum, building relationships with clients who wanted fast returns and market action. But over time, experience taught him that consistent, long-term value mattered more than quick wins. That realization led to a major shift not only in how he approached investing but how he ran his business. He pivoted away from day trading strategies and moved into long-term asset management. This wasn't a sudden change but a gradual and thoughtful realignment built on trust, research, and conversations with the people who mattered most, his clients. Through years of focus and attention to detail, Frank Cardia built a multi-million-dollar book of clients. He worked with high-net-worth individuals across the country and internationally. This was never about flashy advertising or one-size-fits-all strategies. Instead, it was about understanding each client's goals, risk tolerance, and financial timeline, and then helping them build a path forward. Frank credits much of his success to a commitment to transparency. When other advisors might overpromise or chase a trend, he focused on facts, staying grounded in the numbers and never compromising his integrity. That approach has earned him trust in an industry where trust is often hard to find. You just have to not be willing to compromise your integrity, Frank says. Always be honest and transparent with the client. No journey in finance is without its challenges. For Frank, one of the biggest hurdles has been dealing with misinformation from competitors. Over the years, he has seen deals fall through when potential clients are misled by promises that simply cannot be kept. These moments can be frustrating, but Frank views them as part of the job. His response is never to lower his own standards, but to double down on the values that built his firm in the first place. I can't compete with a liar or an idiot, he says with a smile. But I can control how I show up. I stay focused on doing the work the right way. This attitude has guided him through market downturns, business transitions, and the unpredictable world of private equity. By focusing on small, consistent efforts each day, he keeps moving forward even when the outlook is unclear. One defining moment in Frank's career came when he and his team began purchasing private shares of Palantir Technologies, long before the company was a household name. At the time, the valuation was around $10 billion, and many questioned whether the move made sense. Frank trusted his analysis and the instincts of his team. They acquired over $20 million in stock with the intention of holding long-term. Years later, Palantir's valuation soared to nearly $300 billion. While the outcome was rewarding, Frank doesn't see it as a stroke of luck. He sees it as the result of research, discipline, and a willingness to invest in what others might overlook. That experience helped reinforce his confidence in doing the work up front and having the patience to let strong ideas unfold. It's a principle he applies not only in investment decisions but also in managing relationships with clients and building his company from the ground up. Frank's work today centers around private equity and asset management, with an emphasis on personal service. As a licensed Series 65 financial advisor, he brings a long view to every decision, looking not just at short-term gains but the broader impact on a client's financial life. He understands that no two investors are the same. His approach is never to apply a single method or strategy across the board. Instead, he starts with questions. What matters to this client? What are they trying to achieve? What worries them the most? By listening first, he builds strategies that are truly aligned with individual needs. In an age where digital tools and algorithms are increasingly prominent, Frank believes there is still no substitute for the human element. Clients don't just want charts and projections. They want to feel heard. They want to know their advisor has both the knowledge and the character to look out for their future. When asked what advice he would give to someone entering the industry today, Frank emphasizes education and preparation. Be well read, he says. Read everything and anything about private equity. Watch every video, listen to every podcast. It is not about checking boxes. It is about building a knowledge base so that, when a client looks to you for guidance, you are ready. In his view, success in this field comes from being seen as a trusted professional who adds value. That perception is earned, not given. He also acknowledges that today's advisors have tools and opportunities that were not available when he started. Online platforms, digital outreach, and new communication tools offer ways to expand your reach, if used thoughtfully. Away from the desk, Frank finds clarity through movement. He has completed 5 full Ironman triathlons, more than 20 marathons, and countless endurance rides and swims. These challenges are more than just physical feats. They represent discipline, mental endurance, and the satisfaction that comes from pushing your limits. His family might joke that it is a midlife crisis. Frank just calls it peace. The long rides and quiet swims give him time to reset, reflect, and return to work with a fresh perspective. That balance between intensity and stillness is something he values deeply. Throughout nearly 3 decades in finance, Frank Cardia has managed more than $1 billion in funding and venture capital transactions. He has seen markets rise and fall, companies flourish and fade. Through it all, one thing has remained constant: his focus on building relationships that last. His work is not about chasing headlines or making noise. It is about listening closely, serving with integrity, and doing the work that few others are willing to do every single day. That quiet consistency is what has helped him build not just a book of business, but a reputation that continues to grow. As he looks to the future, Frank remains grounded. He sees a world where technology will play a larger role, where transactions may become more automated, but where relationships will still matter. He believes in evolving with the times but never losing the personal element that brought him success in the first place. For those watching from the outside, the results may look impressive. But for Frank, it is not about numbers on a screen. It is about the people he has served, the goals he has helped realize, and the steady progress made day by day. Frank Cardia continues to show that you do not need gimmicks or shortcuts to build something meaningful. With patience, honesty, and a relentless focus on doing the job right, he has created a career that speaks for itself. In the world of finance, where trends come and go, that kind of steady leadership is something worth paying attention to.